disturbing encounter. October 27, 2013, rural Michigan. Residing in a remote part near the city of Port Huron, a local resident had a terrifying encounter with something that left him in absolute shock. What began as a casual observation of an object in the sky quickly escalated into something more of a chilling and frightening experience. While spending a good time alone, the eyewitness suddenly spotted a peculiar object hovering in the night sky near his home. Intrigued, he decided to follow the object down a public dirt road, leading him onto a private unmarked road, likely used for farm equipment. As he reached the end of the road, the witness stepped out of his vehicle to get a better view of the mysterious object. With that, let's take a look at this footage. However, what happened next was truly astounding. Suddenly, the object began moving towards the witness, prompting him to run in fear for a short distance. The object can be now seen hovering directly over his vehicle, slowly rotating and lowering itself until it is positioned directly above the roof. If you notice carefully, the object seemed to be emitting a strange, low humming sound. Realizing the importance of documenting the event, the witness kept recording the object with his camera. Now at this point, something truly incredible was captured. The object appears to be shining some sort of bright green beam over the vehicle, which seems to be rotating in itself, adding a more unsettling nature to the encounter. Whatever that beam was, it surely looked amazing. So, as the man kept recording the incident, all of a sudden, the mysterious UFO shot straight up into the sky, vanishing completely from the sight. Remarkably, the humming sound that had accompanied the object also disappeared at the exact moment the object disappeared, leaving the witness completely shocked at what he just witnessed. What's even more interesting is that the eyewitness reported that when this object shot up in the sky, his hair was standing on end throughout the entire time, and he felt as if there was highly dense static electricity in the air. Some suggest that this object could be a drone. Others, however, believe that this is the real deal. Because if it was indeed a drone, how come the green beam light stays the same when the object's lights are all moving? Doesn't that make sense? The characteristics of the object, as shown in the footage, don't look like any conventional aircraft, flare, or drone. The strange humming sound, the green beam coming out of it, and the object's ability to hover and maneuver in such an unprecedented manner made it highly unlikely to be a man-made aerial vehicle or a natural phenomenon. So was the encounter in Michigan a true, genuine UFO sighting? Or was it simply a really weird, elaborate hoax? You decide. Midnight Contact. 1996, Brazil. It was around 1 a.m. in a rural part of Brazil when a married couple, Eurico Freitas and his wife, experienced something really strange, yet astonishing. As usual, they were fast asleep when they were suddenly awoken by the sounds of their cows acting disturbed and upset. The wife went to the window to see what was going on. To her surprise, she quickly called her husband over, because she saw an unusual object flying overhead, trailing a lot of smoke behind it. When the husband came over, they both looked up at the bizarre sight. Take a look. It was a long metallic object, about the size of a small bus flying in the night sky. But it wasn't like any normal aircraft they had ever seen before. The most peculiar thing was the trail of semi-transparent vapor or smoke that seemed to be leaving behind it, almost resembling ribbons streaming out behind the object as it glided along. The object also emitted a subtle glowing light. When this video went online, it was faced with positive comments and criticism. Some believe it to be a blimp of some sort. Others point to something far more extraordinary, considering the fact that there is no point for a farmer to fake it. Some others even commented that they had similar sightings of this same exact UFO. As farmers familiar with planes and helicopters, they knew this was absolutely nothing conventional. The sounds of the distressed cows, combined with the scary sound from the unknown craft, made the experience extremely unsettling. At that moment, the couple was at a total loss for what they were witnessing. This large, strangely shaped metallic object was traveling in a way that didn't seem possible based on what they knew. When they were interviewed regarding the incident to these witnesses, it was the definition of something not from this world, completely unfamiliar, alarming, and unexplainable. What do you think this object could be? Natural phenomena, or something more astounding? Let me know in the comments below. The Dutch Flying Saucer. April 5, Maasluis, Netherlands. It was an ordinary Friday in the Dutch town of Maasluis. A man named Dick Smits was at a tall building on Maryland Street. He was taking pictures of boats with his small camera. While doing this, something strange caught his eye. At first, Dick did not notice it, but then he saw an object arriving in the sky. He thought it had been there for a while, but he just didn't see it before. Dick found this interesting, so he decided to record it with his camera. But what was this thing? Dick's brother Rob came to look at the pictures and videos too. When they slowed down the footage, they saw there were actually several objects. And one of the objects seemed to shoot something from the second crane, moving quickly from left to right. This sighting on April 5th was not the only time something like this happened. More than a year earlier, on Friday, April 11th, a similar object had been seen hovering over the nearby Briel-Oudorp area for 15 whole minutes. Even though these were very strange sightings, hardly anyone else reported seeing the objects. This made it hard to know exactly what they were. Could they have been UFOs? Unidentified flying objects from somewhere else. Dick Smits believed there could be life on other planets. In his own words, he said, "Yes, I do believe in it. I think there is more." After Dick shared his pictures and story, many people talked about what the objects might have been. Some thought they looked too strange to be normal things we know. Others felt there must be a simple explanation, even if we didn't know it yet. So did Dick and others in Maasluis see something from another world that day? Or was it just a strange thing happening in the clouds that looked really weird? I'll let you be the judge of that. UFO near Starlink. And just before I show you the next video, more amazing genuine UFO videos are on your way, so if you're new here, make sure to subscribe to Classified Sightings and turn on notifications to never miss out on our future videos. April 24, 2024, Naperville, Illinois. It was a pleasant evening in the suburbs of Naperville, Illinois. Neighbors had gathered together for a friendly get-together, enjoying each other's company and the mild spring weather. Around 9:49 p.m. Central Time, something really strange caught their attention in the night sky. At first, when they looked up, they witnessed a beautiful trail of Starlink satellites. So, one of the neighbors decided to record a video of this interesting event. At first glance, it seemed like a routine sighting of the Starlink satellite train. However, upon reviewing the footage later, something peculiar got revealed. Take a look.
They just launched these yesterday.
He said it's Elon Musk Starlink.
From the upper right corner of the frame, an object appeared out of nowhere, zooming into view. It wasn't just any ordinary object. This one seemed to curve around the top of the satellite train, almost as if it was inspecting or checking on the satellites. The object's behavior was odd and intriguing. It shot down at an incredible speed, and its brightness appeared to change, suggesting that it might have been changing altitude or orientation. And what's even more bizarre is that this object looked nothing like the other Starlink satellites. The speed of this object was incredible. It moved swiftly, darting across the frame, leaving the observers absolutely puzzled and fascinated.
That's Starlink. That's Starlink.
You can clearly see that the object took an unexpected turn, diving straight down and turning almost 90 degrees and disappearing completely from sight. The incident, which took place for about 13 seconds, left the witnesses wondering what they had just witnessed, trying to make sense of the mysterious object that had seemingly interacted with the Starlink satellites. Was it a drone? Well, drones can't travel at such high speeds. Even if we assume it's a drone a mile away, it would need to move exceptionally fast. No drone with propellers can achieve that speed. So I thought if this was a bug, but then again, there should have to be a decent amount of light directly shining on it to see it. What are your thoughts on this one? Let me know down in the comments section below. UFO over Castle Dome. April 17, 2023, Arizona. A person along with a family member was taking a trip to the city of San Diego. As they drove through the southwest, they had no idea something very strange was about to happen. Somewhere between the towns of Gila Bend and Yuma in Arizona, the person looked up and saw an odd-looking thing in the sky. It was a small white object shaped just like a tic-tac. But this tic-tac wasn't moving at all. It just hovered there, floating against the gravity. Take a look. At first, the traveler thought it was nothing special. But then, multiple tiny white balls started zooming around the tic-tac at blazing speeds. This made the scene even weirder and more mysterious. However, it was extremely hard to see the things clearly and keep them in the camera frame. Still, the eyewitness tried their best to capture the weird event on video, even if the footage came out shaky. Many suggested this to be a weather balloon maybe. But then, why were the small balls circling this object so fast? Maybe a secret military experiment, or could it be something more mysterious? There were so many possibilities, but due to lack of conclusive evidence, there are no definite answers. This lack of explanation just made the traveler more curious about what they had witnessed. After reaching their destination, the traveler shared the video with others, hoping someone could study it closer. Maybe enhancing the shaky parts could reveal more details about this puzzling sighting. People buzzed with excitement, wondering what the heck that crazy thing in the sky could have been. Some thought it might have just been an odd-looking cloud or bird that played tricks on the eyes. Others were convinced it had to be something from outside our world. And then there are those who shared similar experiences. The theories went wild as everyone tried to make sense of the limited video evidence, as what started as a routine drive to San Diego had turned into an extraordinary once-in-a-lifetime experience. But let me know what you think down in the comments below. With that, check out our other compelling UFO sightings as well, and make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications to never miss out on future videos.